I will not come to live section. It's long, so let me just do a little short time live before I go and do something else. Yeah, redeem your coupon. Previous Adamabella and the twins. Thank you for joining me live. I appreciate it. We're gonna discuss ladies not to be in relationships for too long. I subscribe to 6 months and a maximum of 1 year for a lady to be in a relationship with a man. If you are seeking to get married, but if you are not seeking to get married, you can stay in a relationship as long as you want. But if your intention is to get married, make sure you let the guy know his mission, what he really wants from you, so that you don't waste your time being in a relationship for a long time. Because a lady recently was crying that she dated a guy for 2 years and 8 months, almost 3 years. At the end of the day, the guy was married. So they really thought she was dating a person she's gonna marry. At the end of the day, it was found out that the guy was married. So the guy was crying, sobbing, crying profusely. Now, so for us to avoid similar occurrences, if you're in a relationship with a guy, try to ask him within the first 3 months his mission, his mindset, what he intends to do with you. Just make your intent known to the guy so that if it doesn't work out, you move on. No time to waste. Tony Fuse 642. Thank you guys for coming on board. I want to make it a very short one, So what I'm trying to say is this. If a lady really wants to get married, you're up to 25 to 30 and above, you want to get married, that is their mission statement. You want to get married and you have a guy that you're dating, endeavor to ask that guy within the first 3 months what he really wants from you. Ask that question. Don't be timid. Don't shy away from your responsibilities. Because if you fail to ask those questions, the guy might take advantage of you and deceive you. At the end of the day, it is you that will suffer, You see, women don't have time. Women don't have time. A man of 70 years can get married to a lady of 25 years. A man of 80 years can get married because men, once he can perform, can marry at any time they like. But a woman cannot marry like 50, 55 because the essence of marrying early is for you to be able to have kids, when the eggs are still fertile, when you are still strong to carry baby in the womb. So you have to make sure you ask questions. Do not say that the guy might say that I'm rushing him. You are rushing nobody. You are trying to save your life, save your time, because procrastination is a thief of time. So don't allow anybody to use rhetorics to hold you down for 2 years, 3 years. Look at this lady now that was crying. She was in that relationship for 2 years and 8 months. It's not 2 years, 8 months, it's not 2 days. They were doing amounts of things. She thought that the man would marry her. Just last April, people started telling him that, people started telling her and him at the same time, the other person, that this lady was not serious. The other people were telling the lady that your guy had got married already. So the guy was crazy because the guy put out her best to make sure the marriage worked. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. So if the lady had known much earlier than that time, she would have moved on. But now, probably some suitors might have been coming to her, but because of this guy, she decided to let them go. But now, the guy she believed in later disappointed her. These are the things we are trying to say. So it's much better to ask these questions the first 3 months of the relationship. Ask the question. If the guy feels that you are rushing him, okay, it doesn't matter. But I must ask the question so that I do not lose at the end of the game. It's a game of chance, It's a game of chance. Obviously, we know that sometimes people tend to stay 2 years, 3 years. But what is happening now in society, nobody wants to take that kind of risk. It's a risk. A lady is a flower. You can't be in a relationship for 2 years and 8 months and it didn't get heard. That means you're going to go to somebody else to start having another relationship, which might not work out. Before you know it, time is going. You know what I'm saying? And time is nobody's friend, you know. So this area, I'm looking at it, you know. So if you have a guy and you have the intent to marry, it's time for you to get married, you want to settle down, ask the guy questions. It's not a bad thing. You are doing the right thing to save your life. Because heartbreak is too dangerous. Heartbreak is too dangerous, you know. When heartbreak occurs, the only thing that can kill it is you having that person back. But if somebody that doesn't have understanding, he doesn't care about your feelings, and that thing happens, you're going to be in trouble. So this is where I see life, you know. Always endeavor to play safe. Don't just because of love or infatuation, you begin to out of that nothing will happen. But when it happens, will you be able to have the mind to control your emotions? Because we are talking about emotions, you know. We are human beings. I know how people feel when they lose their loved ones, when they go their separate ways. It might be somebody you love so much, you develop the amity, the love is so striking that you don't know how to leave. The person says, I don't want anymore. What will you do? So it's not better you ask basic questions before it's late, you know? So this is what I'm trying to pass across to people, especially ladies. If you're a lady and you want to get married, unless you don't want to get married, you just want to do friendship, relationship, you know, that's okay. But if your intention is to get married, you have to play by the rule. You have to play by the law. You have to play by common sense. You have to play by what you are seeing around you. Do not allow the third party to come and tell you, say, have some patience. No, give the guy some time. And if you really want to marry, make sure you are going to somebody who is doing something, who has a occupation, who will do something to earn a livelihood. Don't go to somebody who says that it will be okay, man. No. Go to somebody that has source of income, whether he's a bricklayer or carpenter or this or that, it doesn't matter. But make sure he has a profession that he does to earn a living. He must do that. It's very critical. Don't just go to somebody who tell you, okay, let's work together. You know, I don't have anything, I don't have a house, I don't have a car. No, work with somebody that has at least a one-room apartment. Let that person be doing something that you know that is tangible. It might not be rich, but let it be that the person do something. And he has that propensity to work hard in future. Make sure he has a little of discipline. Make sure he has a little of seriousness, resilience. You know, that consistency must be there. And he tells some little truths. He's honest. Not somebody that will be faking his lifestyle, telling stories, using rhetorics to deceive you. No, don't do that. So when this lady was sobbing, was crying, I really pitied the lady and said, if I had known, though I've made a couple of videos concerning this kind of situation, you know, do not, I repeat, do not. Don't say it has worked for some people, it might not work for you. Don't be on the safe side. If you're in a relationship for more than 6 months, ask the guy questions. What are we doing? Do you want to marry me? Do you want to settle down? Once he agrees, you reach a consensus. What do? You can meet your both parents. If you're a lady, you can meet your parents. Tell them that you've got somebody that's going to marry you. If you're the guy, go to your parents and tell them. They come together and they look at some chemistry and biological aspects of life, whether you're AS, SS, try to know those things, try to know blood type, you know. Try to know your tribe, the kind of things you believe in. Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Hindu? Are you a Judaist? Are you a traditional folk religionist? Are you a theist or pagan? Try to know what you believe in. Those belief systems are very critical, you know. Belief system is very critical because if it's a Christian, you're a Muslim, you might not like to come together because of different faith, you know. Try to marry the whole thing together, divorce the ones you don't want, and marry the ones. Once you have more of similarities, you know, you can go ahead. If there are so many dissimilarities, you have to go your separate ways because it takes two to tango, you know. You must be able to agree in most aspects of your doings. You don't have to disagree most times. You start having altercation, start quarreling because of differences in faith, because of difference in ethnicity, difference in income, what have you. Try to balance all the equations. Biologically, chemistry-wise, family-wise, ethnicity. Try to harmonize all these things together, you know. So the moment you do that, then you are ready to go to your parents and inform them officially. Then once they agree, look at the backgrounds of different families and you can come together. Then they give their blessing. You go ahead. A pastor has no business coming to you unless you want to go and wait in the church. You can wait in the house, you can wait in the kitchen, you can wait anywhere you like. So you make sure that you're doing what is right, you know. That's why I still like, you know. So guys, I just wanted to make a very short broadcast. I don't want to make it long. So let me talk about it because I saw the ladies crying previously and I wasn't happy. I said, no, let me talk about it and make sure our people learn by what has happened to other people. You see, there was one they called Delegawa in Nigeria. It was a journalist in one of the famous magazines, you know. So the guy was killed with a letter bomb. He said, it is the prerogative of a rational being to profit from others what it took others a long time to achieve. So if you learn from people's experience or experiences, it will enable you to achieve in a shorter time what it took others a long time to achieve. So learn from experience, read books, know what has happened to people in the past concerning marriage, friendships, relationships. Try to know these things so that it will enable you to achieve in a shorter time what it took others a long time to achieve. That is the way to follow life, you know. Don't just say, no, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna do it, the guy loves me, the man loves me. No. You could love somebody with some pride, you begin to detest the person, you know. So it's a matter of understanding. You know the person's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, as we call it SWOT analysis. Try to know the person's strengths and weaknesses. If the weaknesses overwhelm the strengths, that marriage cannot work. But make sure the strengths, you know, are in proper dress than the weaknesses, you know. But somebody is so weak, you are seeing weakness everywhere, that is a red flag, you know. Because nobody has something to suffer. You must make sure the person you are getting married with is compatible to a large extent with your own kind of person. There must be compatibility, you know, between two people before they come together. There has to be a sound consent between the two. That's why marriage is between two adults who have shown consent and come together to get married. It's not, you know, all this they tell you is better for worse. I don't believe in it. If marriage is not working, go your separate ways, because all they're trying to do is to save life. That's why we have a strong instrument called divorce. Divorce is a tool you use to separate two adults that are married. Separate them. Go separate is not a bad thing. Because if you don't do that, one person is likely to harm the other person, and it's not going to be in the harm's way. That's where I say life, you know. So guys, thank you so much. Let me just do this broadcast very quickly. I'm gonna see you in my next episode. Thank you, and you have a good day. Bye for now.